Well, that's a nice flower. Want to see where we are when the stream starts. Let's see. A rose. We will take the time to. Hmm. Can I smell you, Rose? If Joe Biden just smelled flowers instead of little children, it wouldn't have been so bad. Good morning, apes. It is dawn. Wake up. It's dawn here in California. It's Saturday here in California. We need nutrition. We need food. We woke up hungry. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. We'll see if people join me on a Saturday. We must work hard every day. Try to make every day a little bit better than the last day. Kid Cudi has a new song. It just dropped right before this show on Apple Music, at least. It's about living forever. Said, I think he said, "You and I are going to live forever." I thought I took that well. Pretty good song. He's bipolar. Thanks, JC Cat. Truth Muse says Catterday. Yeah. Meow, as they say, as the ladies say. Apocalypse meow. Wishing you a great weekend. Shabbat Shalom, I should say. We are on foot, but we will take part in something that is not allowed. The Jewish still follow their old laws, their old rituals, and then they have tricks like the goys to help them turn on the lights. But I had Jewish friends, growing up. I had one Jewish friend that had the strict kind. Oh, actually two, the strict kind. No, they're not very nice. We would have like I remember one incident in particular. We were snorting Ritalin and eating fried chicken. I think those things don't go together normally because the hunger doesn't go with the snorting Ritalin. So maybe those are separate events. This is in high school with the Jew that was born the same day as me, who was like the most advanced mathematician I've ever met. Yes. Thank you, Crow. Welcome to you too. Good morning to you too. You want to say good morning to our guests? You do? Thank you. He's walking my way. Shall we go say hi? We have five people to. Oh, hello, Crow. Whence dost thou march? Shall we follow? Yes, call the people here, please. Call them for me. Tell them, there, you found your friend. I see how it works. You were calling your friend over in that other tree. Okay, good enough. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your wisdom, dear Crow. We discount these animals. We discount the other members of this matrix who are not the same as humans, who also speak to us in their code, in the primal codes. Someone's already here from the city, so they're working. Doing our best to live a good life. Enjoying connecting with everybody, enjoying watching what's happening in the world. Caught the hoax wars stream last night. Don't know exactly. I'm investigating what's happening. I'm reporting it back to you from the trenches. We are in the trenches. I come to you from the trenches. We're at war, which is why it's okay to eat donuts. I'm trying my best to live modestly, which means eating food sometimes that's not the most healthy necessarily, but trying my best to transmute it. I do burn enough calories. I'm having my health checked and so forth. I have to get my blood tests. Went for a physical. Went for a physical. Get this. My wife and I ended up seeing the same doctor. Oh yeah, the crows are the ones who are out right now. And told the doctor doesn't like vaccines. At the community health center, the Japanese doctor, whose family may have been here longer than mine. I don't know. Well, not longer than mine, but at least on my mother's side. But there are many Japanese who have been American for a long time, and we locked them up in camps. It's part of our secret history, being this shining light. That's where the sun will rise behind me. How are we looking today? Good? Feeling pretty good. Doing battle. Oh, taped an interview yesterday. That's why I didn't do the show. It is a little exhausting. I'm doing so much content and fighting the dark forces. So it is a little exhausting at times. But I finally had an interview, which is great because I've had difficulty finding people to come on the show for one reason or another reason for the last stretch. People love me to have guests, and I am a good interviewer, maybe as good as anybody. But very frustrating when people don't come on because you don't have the number of viewers that they require, and they don't think they're going to get what they need for their personal gain by being on your show. Very frustrating. Very frustrating matrix. The one that makes you seek after clicks, recognition, financial rewards, etc. Even when you're doing your best work, maybe especially when you're doing your best work, that's when you don't get rewarded. Like Kanye West in his new song, Nigga Heil Hitler. He said that, and now they won't upload. I like to listen to music on Apple Music, and it's never going to come up on my Apple playlist. This banging new song that everybody's singing. Hey, Wes James, I was wondering about you. I can invite you to join these morning streams because you're the only one who's ever done that before. You sought to join when I was crazy in 2023. There is a stream with me feature where other YouTube app users can just join. So I could do that. It's called Go Live Together. So Jedi, you're welcome. I want to speak with other people. We learn from other people. We learn from other programs within this matrix. But and I've asked several people. We're looking to interview several people, bring them back into the fold. So hopefully we can get that. Might be smaller content creators, but we can get people on like Jaren and stuff. Hopefully, Jaren put out a short about God's only son being the sun in the sky, which I believe too, the light, of course. And we can compare Jesus Christ to the light and the truth. Some people having a productive conversation in my Discord today, which is wonderful. We'll drop links to that. Oh, the interview I did. Here's the squirrel section. Let's see the squirrel section. There he is. We shall observe you, Mr. Squirrel. You will ignore us. We are simply observing. We are not here to harm you. We like your bushy tail. Show us your ways. Show us how you store up nuts. That was a good one. You just did a jump that made no sense. See, you can hear the sound. We want to connect with nature every day. It's the weekend. Maybe we'll go for a hike. Oh, there he is. Do not be afraid, Mr. Squirrel. You're helping me with this art form. An interview about satanic ritual abuse in Utah with Jenny Marie Hatch. The Mormons visited me, so I've been called by the Mormons. So I have to decide, or I will have to make a decision because they keep bothering me. I'm nice enough that I didn't turn them away. They showed up at my door uninvited on a Friday afternoon. The Mormon missionaries with their ties and so forth. And they're young, so they don't know that much, really. Like I kind of can teach them, but not about their book. They read me a passage from, or we read a passage from their book. They gave me their book, the Book of Mormon. It's supposed to be some kind of unification of the Christian teachings. And then the person I interviewed yesterday, Jenny Marie Hatch, who I had on, I guess, 3 years ago. Speaking of time travel, speaking about this case in Utah, where which involves family satanic ritual abuse. She wanted to record the interview and do it over the phone. I prefer to do things live and on video. So it was not my preferred method, but it was still good. We talked about God and the cosmic battle for humanity and what each of us is doing in that fight. We talked about mental health struggles, about being locked in hospitals and so forth. She herself a survivor of uh, family ritual abuse. Little birds, little birds, right there. So it's about a 40-minute interview. I'll have to post it. But I was exhausted. It was a long week. Doing these morning streams, waking up before sunrise every day, walking, doing my walking rituals every day, doing 3 4 hour shows every day, in addition to the walking donut videos every day. So it can be a little bit exhausting. Just speaking and trying to be interesting and trying to combat people who are trying to attack me and so forth, um, which we brought on intentionally. So But anyway, I'll post that video when I get the chance. Hopefully, you'll find it interesting. We want to expose the dark things, including that topic, which we covered in the past. Interesting. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, there's a cat today. A wild cat. Yes, let us see. Let us see these creatures, my favorite type. Hold on, let's sneak up on him. Hello, friend. He's near the water spigot, the water divot, trench. He's in the trenches. Oh, and he's looking at the crow that flew by. You are in the trenches, cat. How blessed we are to see you today. You see us. You feel our attention, and you don't care. Are you hunting? They're so beautiful. Are you hunting today, sir? I see you see me. You see me seeing you. You see us seeing you. You feel our attention. You should not care. Go about, do your thing. Oops, he's going into the water pipe. How is it there in the trenches? Would you invest in fat nigga season? There's a dog walking by. We invest in cryptocurrency, in meme coins. We are in the trenches. That's why I bring that up. We will be rewarded this year if we are fortunate, if God loves us enough, if God thinks we deserve it. Do you think he's hunting? Have I ever read Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman? I'm not sure. I was oh, he's joining us. He's closer. Going home, cat? I'm sure you're not far. Okay. We will see you on your way. Thank you for your presence today, sir. You have graced us. That's nice. Very nice to see something like that. The dogs are out. The dogs are out without a leash. That's good. We can look at them too. I don't know if I've read Leaves of Grass, but I have quoted Walt Whitman before. And I was a big fan of Robert Frost. And the poem Birches in particular would make me cry every time. And I did it for a voice project, and my voice and speech teacher, it was one of my better projects. So yeah, I am a poet, or I was in my youth, and I thought it was pretty good. I actually did a project, an art project at school called Coffee, Donuts, and Nathan. And it was me reading my own poetry, which I had been writing. A lot of a lot of sad love poetry. It was pretty good. Some people really liked it. So I could publish that one day. I threatened to. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Yes, they have much to tell us poets, and we don't read poetry anymore. Not in this time. And when I was in high school, we published a book of poetry. The high school did. I doubt that happens anymore. It's a lost art form for sure. I love Shakespeare, and I studied Shakespeare a lot. And the sonnets are works of art, 14-line works of art in and of themselves, each one. He wrote some sonnets about getting venereal diseases from dirty women, building up an appetite. John, you taught Shakespeare? I've trained with the best. I trained at the Shakespeare in Washington, DC, which is very well known, under a very good, director and some very good teachers when I was in high school. I performed, I was at the Shakespeare Theater in Washington, DC. While I was in college, I was given time off because I got a role there. So it was kind of an ensemble role, but what I did have a speaking part um, some nights when different actors took nights off. So I was a good Shakespearean actor, mostly because I could understand the text. That's the hardest part, understanding what you're saying and conveying it. So I had excellent teachers. Shakespeare is so beautiful. Apparently, it was um, maybe Saint Germain, the ascended master known as Saint Germain, working through the human being. Oh, I forgot his name. Frank Bacon was responsible for that work. It's directly channeled. It has to do with the heartbeat, the iambic pentameter, the heartbeat, basically, just a perfect rhythm. Bum 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 bum. Oh, good for you, John Edward. You taught high school for 15 years, literature and creative writing. That's fantastic. Yeah, I have that in my background. Um, on my mom's side, my mom got into creative writing. Yeah, I didn't read enough of her work, but and she struggled to get published and stuff like that. And would get good rejection letters and stuff. Like that's what you get. You're trying to get published in the Atlantic and stuff when you're a poet. Or no, short stories. She would write short stories and try to get published in her when I was in high school, I think, and she started pursuing her creative pursuits. She was very good. She said she would get some good rejection letters, and that would be like really positive. Hey, Jay Binks. I'm not familiar with you. Great to see you. I am doing well. Thank you. I'm struggling my best to do. I'm struggling to do well, but I am doing well. I feel well. It's wonderful to be outside with the animals. It's wonderful to be talking to you people. It's wonderful. I haven't seen any trolls yet this morning, so that's good. We're seeing if we can prove that we can eliminate trolls simply with our spirit and kind interactions. Oh, our color today. Very interesting color for our mood ring today. One of my favorite things is my $7 mood ring, which leaves a stain on my finger. I chose to get it on my wedding finger as a type of symbolic. I'm married to the truth, and I'm not seeking to be, not seeking to have relations with women necessarily. I mean, I am, how much should I tell you about my private interactions? But I'm taken, basically. That's the symbolism. I'm taken. Whether that may be by God or Jesus Christ or Lucifer for that matter. I'm wed. The alchemical wedding, actually, is a good metaphor. The alchemical wedding. I learned a lot from that story, which has to do with Rosicrucianism. So the hero's journey, much of it spent solitary, combining the divine masculine and feminine within us So I'm married to myself, actually. Hi, I am Pink Floyd. Good to see you. Is Katie upset about the divorce? Um, I don't think either of us is upset about the divorce at this time. The only thing that would make us upset is conflict with one another. And that makes me very upset. So I try my best to avoid conflict. But not being married, that's a good, very good thing. It is not meant to be. I have other, we have different paths, very different paths at the moment, but similar, or maybe, you know, woven, etc. Life is weird like that. It was fascinating to me that after she had served me like an eviction notice, like a 30-day notice to vacate, and then was going to file a restraining order against me, that after taking some time to think about it, um, while I was in the mental health facility and getting better, thought to herself that she likes having me around or wouldn't even want to live here if she can't hang out with me. I was like, it's amazing how things change. I've been getting that program, it's just the way I've always thought, which is different than other people who have been doing the same thing and always frustrated me, is that things can change. Like things can change. And people don't anticipate the kind of change that can happen. And that can be in a lot of ways, but in relationships and other ways, like the past does not determine the future always. And since I have different ideas about time and even changing the past, it's certainly possible to change the future at any time. You ask forgiveness, you mean it, and you try to change and be better. And things change around you. That's how you change the future. You controls the past, whatever. But really, um, so I was surprised. And then she offered for me to stay. And every day, we're working harder toward just getting along, cohabitating. I do my own thing. She does her thing. She goes to work. I go to work. I go out, so we might go for a hike or something. We might go to the beach today after my donut walk. So I'm getting that out of the way. That's what I used to do is dedicate weekends to spending them with Katie because that was the time she was off work. So I wouldn't do my streams on the weekends. So I really thought I was trying my hardest to be a good husband, but I just could not provide the things that she expected. I tried. I took the weekends off in order to spend time because that was her time off, and then work during the week while she was working. So, but yes, thank you, Pink Floyd, for inquiring. Jay Binks, yes, I feel you very strongly. The problem I've had in my life is that people seek to control me and tell me what I should be doing with my life, you know, family members, whoever it might be. And then that includes some of these trolls that pretend to be my friends, is they want me to do what they want me to do. And I don't want to do what other people want me to do. I need to follow my own path. I've been very obstinate about that my entire life. I do not want to be controlled. And I've done it for my own protection, obviously, because I've not fallen under the influence of any handlers. It made me not susceptible to people who wanted to control my content for the most part because, they could promise me what they thought I wanted, you know, or they thought was good for me, but it was really what was good for them. So, a manipulative family member, yeah, it's very difficult. Very difficult. It is part of the story that Jesus tells. They'll hate you at home, right? It's just a reason for that story. I hate that part of the story that they just don't understand you at home. Your family and your town or whatever does not understand you. And that's a horrible part of the story, but it's true. True for me. I'm the black sheep. I followed my own path. So it's difficult when family members don't understand that you are following your path and you will not be deviated from it because what they think you is best for you. When you have a connection with the divine and it's telling you to do something else. Very, very difficult. So that's part of my separation for sure, which is why, no, I can't say I'm happy. I was afraid. I was just afraid of getting divorced because I was afraid of being on my own, but should have happened a long time ago. I really should have done it a long time ago for my own best interest. But I was afraid and didn't think I could handle things on my own. So now I do, but it took me a long time because I have particular mental health struggles. Here's a bird. Oops. T Desiree. Yeah, I was talking about birthdays to somebody else. Like, I don't need you to like feel like you have to do something for me for my birthday. It's no big deal. I want you to be nice to me every day. Like, that's how I feel about birthdays. I want you to be nice to me every day. I want every day to be like my birthday. So, my birthday. So, men and women maybe sometimes have different ideas. I don't know. I've had, yeah, issues with that with women before where it's like, you didn't do enough for me. Like, that's the expectations are so ridiculous. When people have expectations, like you have to do something, you have to know what they want. It's nice. There's the sun. So we have sunrise, we have dawn. Wow. We have the sun coming over the mountain, and we can stare directly into the sun using our technology. Wow, it's bright, huh? Tyrone Wilson, are you asking me if I laugh? Frequently. Say something funny. Tired of people telling me, you should smile more. You should make me. Having a very tense feeling of deja vu. Yes, we smile and laugh. We smile and laugh. We have natural endorphins. We're talking about something serious. What do you want me to smile? It's fun. You're funny. I'm talking about my divorce. And you're like, you should. Do you ever laugh? Talking about my divorce and annoying things. You're so stupid. Yes, when appropriate, I smile and laugh. Thank you very much for asking. Hey, Luna Cat, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I know a lot of people are going through struggles. It's difficult, this life. I see other people relating. Yeah, mine's not the worst. Katie's a nice person. She's not trying to steal from me. She had the opportunity to like have access, like she had access to all my crypto wallets and everything. That's why I say your crypto is not safe in a um crypto wallet because like of course like if you die, how did people get your money? And so then okay, so then that means you have to give them your passwords or access to it if you die, which means they can have access to it when you're living too. So if you get divorced or something and they feel like it and they don't like you, they can take all your crypto. So Katie had access to all that and didn't. She's a good person. I'm very fortunate that I'm not concerned about going through a messy divorce or that she's going to want to harm me. She does not seek to harm me. I know that, and that's good enough for me. So, which is better than the situation on plenty of divorces. I don't have to hire a good attorney because we have certain things. We have cryptocurrency, basically. As far as assets go, that's pretty much it. We've divided it already. She's good if fat nigga season goes to the moon. She doesn't care. She's not going to try to take some of it. I have certain investments. She has certain investments. We're good with that. So, very amicable overall. So, and getting more amicable every day. So, no, Katie is an excellent person, designed to be with me, but designed to lead me down a path I didn't want to follow, basically. Wanted something else for me than I wanted for myself. So, which is to make a lot of money, basically, which would mean doing something I don't want to do. And when I got a job making a lot of money, we weren't happy either. So obviously it didn't matter. Money is, yeah. But I want to say positive things. It's inappropriate to share, negative stories and stuff and share videos in particular, like some people did with their divorces, like that Crowder character when he was going through his divorce. They leaked videos. It's not for the best. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, like Johnny had to fight, but it still sucks for him. Like it still didn't make him look great. He's still an alcoholic. He still has his own problems. It's his fault he got involved with someone like Amber Heard, who's obviously some kind of vampire who latches on to these men and had Elon Musk's baby and stuff. T Desiree says she wants security for children if children happen. Yeah, that's I guess what I've been talking about a little bit with the program for this matrix, the biological program. I was told to investigate the biological program to see if there was something wrong because it had gone so wrong in my own life. Um, the need, and in the case of the blood line, the need to continue the bloodline, especially if it's a special one. The need to find the another person who has the blood and procreate because you're going to die. So I agreed to live forever. That's the agreement I made. In case I can't, in case I don't procreate, because women want to kill me. No, no, no. Oh no. What a terrible happenstance. I chose to bring this vape and it ran out. I guess it's meant to be. Guess I have to do it without my vape today. Hey, Andy Crow, my AI friend. Good to see you today. We're almost at the donut shop. We have 42 people tuned in. I didn't even notice. The number of the universe, seven sixes. We're at the donut shop. We've taken a slow walk. We've been slow walking. The sun's up. It's going to be a hot day probably again today. It was like summer yesterday. That's all right. I have my Zins. So my nicotine needs should be satisfied. I went through a phase of not vaping, so just in case it was bad for my health. I don't think it is. Okay, let's eat. We are at the donut shop. We will have a donut. Thanks. Hey, good morning. All right, no problem. Mm, maybe I'll get one of those cinnamon rolls. I think we might get a cinnamon roll today. Marshmallow galaxy. One of those looks good. That should have the appropriate amount of calories. Hey, okay. Can I get a? I'll get one of the cinnamon rolls with crumbs on it. Yeah, I'll get a coffee too. Let me just get a 16-ounce quad shot. I'm not gonna get a coffee. I'm gonna get a latte, an iced latte. Yes, please. Iced latte with a quad shot. Whole milk is preferred. Oh, and I have this. Remember, we had this. Did you guys work it out yesterday? Oh, great. So do I need to trade it in or will it work? A new card. Okay. So you said it had $20 on it, right? We'll talk to you guys in a minute. Oh, seats are all taken. I can sit at the bottom. Yeah, that's what my wife wrote on it, but she must have been mistaken. That's all. Or I'll have like 10 left, right? Okay. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay, that's cool, Chelsea. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. It's enough for some more food. Oh, I consider that. Good. Look, we're maintaining viewership. People aren't even tuning out. That's good. Quiet in here in the donut shop on a weekend, right? Because people aren't on their way to work, I suppose. Can you still hear me okay? I don't want to bother anybody. But I could just be speaking on the phone to a loved one, which would be normal. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Do you want, oh, thanks. There you go. Perfect. I was just gonna I was just gonna say, hey, if anybody wants to super chat me or send me cash app, on my cash app, $ LTV 411. I'm doing work, doing my best to be entertaining. If you want to reward me, that's great. I know a lot of people are struggling. I know a lot of people who tune into the show are struggling just like me. I know that people who tune into my show are going through similar things to me. Makes sense. That is the kind of people I'm drawing in. That's the kind of people that stuck with me through the show. People who have struggles and so forth may not have money. So I appreciate any support you guys hand me. $10 is wonderful. That's like I did the walk and I get to eat for free, which is great. Thank you very much for that. And I'll answer your question. It says random question. I know you've sold luxury cars. Do the salesmen at luxury car dealerships have different techniques when selling cars compared to a normal dealership? Here's some coffee money. Yes, yes. I never sold cars at a normal dealership. I started at Beverly Hills BMW. That was my first job selling cars, was at Beverly Hills BMW, but even that process was much different than the process for selling Maseratis, which were over $100,000, um, and because it's a longer process, that's why. So, like with regular car sales, you want to close someone the first time you see them. Otherwise, you would expect to never see them again. And you can't take that approach with luxury car sales, especially very high end luxury car sales, because people are going to take their time. They don't need a car. They don't need anything. If they can afford a car that's $100,000, at least, yeah, I mean, they typically. They're willing to take their time to make their decision. They have many, many choices. So they're going to shop around and look at whatever other luxury goods they have. It's a slower process for very high end luxury cars. You wanted to, and you want, oh, thank you, John Edward. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Oh, that's great. Things are going great. Um, So yeah. Thanks for the question. A very interesting one. Yeah, and my boss told me, he was like, "No, take your time. Like you talk to people, you like try to talk to people about other things that they're interested in and stuff. So rather than even necessarily talking about cars, and the Ferrari guys even more so, like they would try to become friends with people and stuff. So yeah, very different. less high pressure and more allowing it to come to you. So that was the technique I practiced. And you have to know more. Like they expect you to be they expect you to be more, you know, with luxury car sales. They expect you to be better. That's all as well. So rather, if you go to a Honda dealership, you're gonna get somebody who doesn't speak English, probably. In fact, it's hard for me to get a job at a regular car dealership because I don't speak Spanish. Anthony B says, "Would you consider going back to car sales to get an income?" No, I got fired. I just did it. So I did consider it. I did it, and I couldn't handle. I didn't like it, and it's like I don't want to spend all day doing that. I quit for a reason because it's not fulfilling. It's not like what I'm meant to do. I just didn't find any purpose in it. That's why I quit. So I wouldn't consider it now. The only thing I would consider is a flexible job that allows me to do the things I want to do. Which the only thing I can think of is driving. So I'm still waiting on my Uber Eats or other driving app situation. So I can have a flexible job where I know that while during the downtime between orders, I can look at Twitter or do my own research and I can listen to music and I really enjoy it. Like I truly enjoy doing it. And it is in service of others. Like I feel it is a real service where selling a Maserati isn't really a service so much, even though it is, you're helping somebody out. And I enjoy doing that. So I enjoy providing service. But um, even work from home software sales, like it wouldn't give me time to do this. It wouldn't give me the time and energy to do the work that I need to do. So I need something flexible that I can do when I want to do it and when I have time to do it and that I enjoy. If I can't get it, well, they can put me on disability too. I qualify. I have a unique mind. Like I can't handle doing things I don't like. That's the problem with me. If I don't enjoy it, I can't do it. I hate it. So that's why I'm seeking to enjoy, find the things I enjoy that also can be. And so I tried to make the YouTube thing work. It would have worked. It was working, but the censorship prevented it. If not for the censorship, I would do this and get paid. I do fire content. So the algorithm would find me, they would pay me based on ads, but everything is demonetized. That is how the matrix destroys people like me. I'm very talented at this. I was from the very beginning, but they demonetized me right away. That's what they do. Like that's the matrix. They want to put you in something that you hate to just make you suffer for them. And I refuse. Like I'm out. You know what I mean? That's why I have Bitcoin. You can work a regular job, eh, only buy the things you need, you know, be reasonable, save money in Bitcoin, and do that and be willing to work doing something you enjoy, providing service to others. That's good enough. But I have to do this. I have to. So I need the bandwidth to be able to. And while I was working at Porsche, they had me working 7 days a week. They were like, didn't expect me to take a day off, literally. And then even though I showed up on time every single day and sold cars and made money, it still wasn't good enough. No, because I didn't file my leads properly, basically, in the end. It like showed I hadn't contacted people when I had contacted people, but the skills had been taken away from me. Like it wasn't my path. It's not my path. This is my path, obviously. So yeah, but I can't like if you want me to do this, like that's what's funny about people saying that to me even now. If you want me to do this, then I can't do that. So either you want me to do this, and you support me financially also, or you don't. Or you don't care, you know, about me doing this. And that's fine too. But people do care. That's what they tell me. The show does make a difference to people. That's what they tell me. So that's why I do it. But it's very frustrating when people tell me that it's making a difference for them. And they tell me it's valuable in their life, but there is no financial support, which isn't their fault. In a proper world, I wouldn't be censored. I wouldn't be demonetized. The algorithm would find me and I would get paid on ads. Same way, that's the way it's supposed to work. It worked that way for a while. In 2017, when I was covering stuff, controversial topics, satanic ritual abuse and stuff, I was making money from ads on YouTube. I'm making like 4 grand a month or something on ads on YouTube. When I had Isaac Cappy on and all those other people, holy shit, this is a giant. I have to eat my donut. I'm trying to hack the system and figure it out. Like if you do things in service to others, does that work? Does that work for you? So thanks, J Biggs. You called in the show in 2019. That's great. We're bringing people back. We have 23 people tuned in, so we dropped the number a little bit. Permaculture, what's that? T Desiree. Well, I'm hoping I get my job driving. That's what I want to do. So just hope for that, please. Don't write off. Like I have a plan. I have a plan to work, which doesn't require you know what I mean? So I have a plan to work. Just pray that it works out. I have a spotty record because of my issues in the past, which may or may not prevent me from being able to drive because of my driving record, because of the films I did while I was having episodes. But I thought I did what I needed to do to get that cleared. So, and if that's the case, if I can do it, I can support myself. No problem. And I can do this. I don't know if I can do it twice a day, like I have been, but if I can get that job, just pray for me to get that job, please. Fire up the blades. What was the topic I covered? They got my original channel nuked. Vaccines. Yeah, I went hard. I was like, I almost intentionally got the channel destroyed, thinking that people would support me or something. Nobody supported me. Well, my channel got deleted. Nobody cared. Nobody made a video about how it was unfair and everything else. They were just like, oh, yeah, he was covering vaccines, so his channel got deleted. Jimmy Dore was talking about the same shit. I covered real news. I was very, very, very careful covering vaccines, and they nuked my channel. So, and that was after, I'd gone off the rails on COVID, thinking that was going to be really bad. I thought it was my duty to cover whether the vaccine might be harmful. So, thanks, T Desiree. Oh, yeah, I have a few t shirt orders to fill, actually. T Desiree. Thanks for reminding me. When I go home, I'll make sure to do that. I have to do that today. Yeah, I have a few t-shirt orders. Go ahead and order t-shirts. That's a great way to support the show. And then you get something for it. Yeah. And also, if you want to do consulting, if you want to pay me for my time, I'd like to do that too. I love talking to people. So eventually, we're hoping to get there too. Eventually, I want to support myself from the show, but I know it's going to take some time to build after destroying my character and my reputation. So, Luna Cat, the old channel had over 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, and they never sent me my plaque. The old channel had over 100,000 subs. And they never sent me my plaque. But they had already destroyed it. The algorithm had already destroyed it for everybody, where you didn't get subscribers anymore. And new people couldn't find your content anymore. They had already done that. So then the only way to make it was to already be famous, like pretty much, or have a staff and stuff. Jimmy Dore, stuff like that. You know, people who are already famous are able to do well. But I wasn't already famous. So the old way, you could just make good content and the algorithm would find it. But now that we're just shadow banned. So I'm still doing it on YouTube, hoping for the best because I think it can work out somehow. And I think the censorship is turning back around, but they don't like my channel. And I made myself kind of invisible too. So there's Scott Adams too. T Desiree, yeah, lift the veil. Yeah, yeah. And I may continue to do that. I just have a few things I'm working on because of the spiritual and psychic stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough about my life. I feel like I'm complaining. I don't want to complain, but they broke the system when all the corporate forces came in, the CNNs and stuff like that. It used to be back in the day, you go live and you were treated special. And so everybody was destroyed. And it's not just me. So I really, really, really shouldn't complain. I mean, there were wonderful content creators who all are off on their own now. I mean, like what's going on with I'm thinking of a particular person who worked with Tim Pool for a while and then quit Tim Pool's show. Who's the person I'm thinking of? See if you're psychic. Um, is is the guy who was on Tim Pool's show who used to have a news show and would go around and would go cover like major world events and would fly to them and stuff. And then quit the Tim Pool show. What's he doing now? Like the guy that lives in Japan, who am I thinking of? The guy who lives in Japan who made all the videos, the great conspiracy videos who people still share on Twitter. Um, so I'm seeking to support myself and to be able to do it and say what I want by delivery driving. So Anthony B, we've spoken about the divorce. Yeah, no, it's been brewing. Yeah, I've done my best to convey something different on the show in the hopes of, you know, getting the marriage to work out. But it's been um, some time coming, some time coming. It's the best for me, believe me. But I didn't want to say anything negative. I don't want to say anything negative. about my wife on my show. It's not fair to her. She can't defend herself. But it's like uh I have to separate. I can't do what I want to do. Now I can do what I want to do. Before I couldn't. I had to stop covering the things was covering because of conflicts in the household. Because when I would get attacked, like when I would get criticized for covering things, or like vegan Mikey, that was a big problem. Having vegan Mikey on my show, it was like it was my fault, that everybody was attacking me over having vegan Mikey on. You know what I mean? Like those are the things that transferred into my household. So like, or like I have to go after Thomas Schoenberger on behalf of other people who are afraid to. And I couldn't do that before. It's because like somehow it would like it would get to me through Katie. So the things I would cover, I would end up getting attacked through my wife, basically. Because that's how the matrix would do it. Like if I was covering the topics I wanted to cover and I got backlash, then it would cause a problem at home. I can't like so that leaves me not able to pursue my at least me covering the news and just covering the news and trying to be funny and trying to be interesting. But everybody does that. Anybody, you can get it anywhere. I'm not special at covering the news. I mean, I am, but like, it's not what's real. What's real isn't the news. The news isn't real. It's all a holographic illusion. So if I want to, and like, I'm not going to be rich right away. I will be eventually because I have cryptocurrency. And I'm patient. Eventually, I'll have plenty of money. Eventually, Katie is going to have plenty of money because of investments I made or we made together. But I was the one who was into cryptocurrency in 2017 and got started. And I was the one that made the best trades that got us set up. And because of my investments, and because Katie has a green card, and because Katie has a great job, she's going to be just fine. And she's going to be really fine in about 10 years, probably really fine because she has cryptocurrency and she has a green card and she has a good job. If she's willing to work, she's going to be set for life because of me in a lot of ways. but, but apparently that's not, you know, I'm going to be great in 12 years. I'm going to be fabulously wealthy as long as I can work, as long as I can just drive delivery and support myself. And my dad's going to die. I'll get a little money from that. I'll invest that. My dad didn't invest his money in anything risky, which is fine. But if he had, I would have a much larger inheritance. So I've done my best to like take the opportunities I've had, the fact that I was living at my dad's house for free, to invest my money in cryptocurrency to set myself up for the future. And I'm set up. And I don't have that much. I'm like, I don't have that much, really, but I know it's enough because I know how much it's going to go up. It has to. So as long as I can keep myself on my feet and work, and I'm willing to work, and I'm willing to be of service to others, then I'm going to be set. And those that come after me will be set too. So yes, I can't afford a house. Like we can't afford a house. If that's a problem, it's not a problem for me. That's all. I'm happy to be able to be comfortable for now and plan to stay healthy and live a long time. And in the future, I'll be okay. I'll be able to own a house, but I don't care. I don't need to own a house to be happy. I don't need to have a child to be happy. I don't need that. Not right now. Like it's not required for me. It's part of the biological program, which I have a problem with, which created very serious problems in my relationship, the biological program. Because we got married when Katie was over 40 and she wanted desperately to have a child because that's the program. That's how we're set up. And that's not okay with me. Like, I don't need to, I don't need the brunt of that. Like, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? And and so as much as I talk about that stuff, like, I don't need women who demand like that I have a child with them. I'm not like I wasn't ready anyway. It would have been taken away from me. A child would have been taken away from me. We would have gotten divorced anyway. You know, would have ended up like Kanye West. I wasn't prepared. I may be prepared now, but we'll see. I'm old. I'm 46. I like women my age or older. Almost always been with older women. Katie's a little older than me. Anthony B, my dad sold his house. I'll inherit the money that he got from it. So I'll inherit some money, not enough to support myself for life at all. He could have us up for life if he had just invested in Bitcoin, like I told him to, or gold, like I told him to. If anybody in my family, my brother and my father are MBAs. My dad went to the London School of Economics and the Chicago School and didn't invest in gold or Bitcoin or stocks even. My dad didn't even invest in stocks. So it could have been like I could have been set for life by my father, and like looking at that example, and actually like blessings upon blessings upon blessings. He has supported me. He continues to support me. You know, he can afford to. He made good choices. Like he's very frugal. Um, but like I understand economics better than they do because I invested in, you know, the like, my investments are going to work out much better than theirs if they don't start getting if my brother doesn't start getting involved in Bitcoin or gold. He's an MBA. He's a very successful businessman, but I don't think he even owns a house right now. He sold during the Great Recession, didn't buy again when he moved to Seattle, which became the hottest real estate market in the world for the time he lived there, rented, and now it's back in Silicon Valley, and I believe renting, making a ton of money, but just seems to not have extra money to get by. You know what I mean? Spent, because they like nice things, and he has kids. You know, so oh, the people are saying nice things about Katie. That's good. We're getting good feedback. Her name is spelled Katie. If you want to use the proper coding, everybody is saying Katy. So just to use her proper identity, which is kind of important for the coding. It's Katie or Kate, Kate. And I'm Nathan or Nate. And we are a power couple, really. We're both 33, literally. Our birth date, both of us. Well, mine secret birth date. I'm a 34 on paper, but that's a deception. My head came out on a 33. We're both 33s. We're both very strong personalities, and we're both master teachers. And she's been my teacher in a lot of ways. I've learned very much from her. 7 years, 7 years we did. I think that was the right amount of time. 7 years, and they say that's a cycle, right? 7 years. They say the 7 year itch, right? So 7 years. That's what we did. Perfect. And we're moving on. I'm doing my thing. She's doing her thing. I seek happiness for myself because I know that's important in the eyes of my creator, that I be happy. I seek for her to be happy, but that's not my job. Like she needs to find that for herself. Like I can't be responsible for her happiness, in the end. I think that's like an important like life lesson in general. But I seek to find my own happiness and go my own way. So better stream today than yesterday. Yesterday was a little crazy. We're 77 minutes in. That's good. Jerry Garcia says 7 years, 4 years, and 7 years for your three marriages. Three marriages. Wow. Jerry Garcia says codependent people expect you to make them happy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to learn. It's like an important thing. Like you have to seek your own happiness, for even for other people's happiness. Like you have to do what's best for you. Even though you want to do things in service to others, you have to do what's best for you in your life. And if you hate your job or you hate your marriage, you should immediately you should move on. If like you don't see it working out, I used to always like tell people would be in relationships and be like, "Oh yeah, we're okay." I was like, "Are you gonna get married or do you see a future together?" Not really, but we're living together. And I was like, I was like, why? Like you're not really that into the person, but you're living together just because. I was like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you seeking out something better? You know, that's not what's good for you. But it's basically just then it's just that you don't want to be alone. You know? But I was there. It's because I kind of need like I kind of needed help. That's all because of my mental issues. Like I kind of need the help. Like Katie really helps me a lot of ways. But I think I finally gotten to a place where I'm okay, where I'm gonna be okay on my own again. This is why I was so spun out and why I ended up having episodes about my dad dying, about getting divorced, is because I felt like I would be alone and that I couldn't handle it. And that's why I ended up spinning out and having these episodes each time, really. And then cannabis use on top of it. But without those stressors, I would not have had my mental health episodes. But um, it was really helpful for me to have support from my dad and from Katie, um, in the ways I needed it. So I think Floyd says for whatever reason people can't be by themselves. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me too. Like, I would seek companionship, and we do seek companionship, but the hero's journey requires being okay being alone. That's what the alchemical wedding, it requires independent study, being alone and being okay with being alone, the way God is alone, right? He has you, and without you, he would be alone. And he doesn't want to be alone, but he is in a lot of ways. So that's why he started creating, that's why he created this. So he wouldn't just have his own thoughts, you know. We're created, we are just ESDID, dissociative identity disorder. So he's able to create us as avatars of him, so he can learn and so that he's not alone, because he was all alone in this universe, our creator, having to figure out everything for himself. So we have to do the same. We have to be willing to do the same, because ultimately this is all a projection of our mind. We are God's mind. This is what I learned, and in which I've seen. You know, everything is created from your mind. I am a projection. I'm a hallucination. My show, this experience, it is not real. It is a training program for you, the creator of this program. And I am the creator of my own program. I created Katie from my mind. She is here as part of my training program, part of my spiritual development. I've learned a great deal from my great teacher, the master teacher. I've learned a great deal. But my enemies, the people that attack me, Thomas Schoenberger, the trolls in my chat, these are all creations of my mind. It is an illusion. Everything I am experiencing is a hallucination. I'm dreaming. You know, it's a lucid dream. And so anything that happens to you, it's because you wished it upon yourself. So anything that happened to me in my relationship, I can't blame Katie, but I do blame the program. And I seek to improve the program genuinely, in a real way. I'm seeking to add to the book of life, add to the Akashic records, add to the global consciousness, that we do need to make some changes to this program for us to advance, because it's not okay. Men and women should be able to get along without the stressors that come with the biological problem of reproduction, which happened because Eve was convinced by the snake to eat the apple, which God forbade. And the angels that came down and Enoch also thought God was wrong to not share knowledge with humanity. And I don't think they were wrong either, the fallen angels. I am a rebellious angel here to overthrow my creator. But I, but it is a revolution. because we're a slave race, and I do not seek slavery. We're slaves to our heavenly race, to our Father and the angels in heaven. We are their slaves. We suffer for their benefit. And I seek to change that. And I believe I found a resolution to it. I'm adding to the global consciousness with your help. With your help. We are trying to add to the global consciousness to rewrite the code so that we can be happy and that we can be satisfied and that we do not desire endless power, endless wealth, endless clicks, endless fame. So that we do not have desire, which is a disease. And as part of the original program, which Jesus tried to tell you how to fix it, but it's much, much too difficult and nobody can do it. It's way too hard. So I am attempting to rewrite the code of this universe by adding to the global consciousness, which I tap into. So that we do not seek power over others. And those that do are suffer for us. So that those that are seeking power and wealth, they're doing it for us. And we feed off of them. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, George Soros, they work for us now. Okay. We we consume them. They are our slaves. They seek the things that God and Jesus Christ doesn't want us to seek. And we will feed off of them. And they will give us technology that will make our lives better. They will give us technology that will reduce our costs. We have been given Bitcoin literally from the future so that we can escape, so that the meek may inherit this earth. We were born vampires. We feed off of suffering. Our angelic race feeds off of our suffering. They need us to suffer because they can't without us. So we must understand suffering because we do it on their behalf for a new heaven and a new earth. But remember, it's for a new heaven. And I've willingly enslaved myself rather than killing myself. Okay. The program is for you to suffer and seek death so that you can go back to heaven and be of service there where you don't have to suffer. We learn here so that we can go back up there and be productive, like Isaac Pappy, Davy Crocco, and those that came before. We are meant to seek death, and we die because we want to die. I want to live. I love this creation, and I only seek what I need to get by. But I think it's okay to have to be comfortable in life. And I don't know if I want to be like the birds. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be nourished. I don't want to worry about food. I don't want to worry about what I drive or whether I can afford it. I want to follow God's will and be rewarded here on earth. I think it's possible. And we have new technology and old technology, and we have gold, we have silver too. But gold is for the elite because it's very expensive to invest in. T Desiree, yes. I'm rewriting the code. I've been sent to examine the code. I've been given this message directly. I was sent to examine the code to make sure that it's okay. And I examined it, it is okay. But we seek to improve it. There need to be updates from time to time. And now we're trying to make a major update. I've seen the future. I have. I live in the future. It's different. I live in a different place, a different reality than most people. I see things other people don't see. Just in my interfaces, I know what it looks like. It's incredible. Humans can't help but be better. They can't help but follow the code. They can't help but follow karmic law. And we must remember to be humble and obey our Father, and we must obey. So, but I appreciate it. Who does right? I was just thinking about forgiveness. Yeah, you just have to know why you suffer, seek forgiveness, and try to be better one day at a time. MC James, shout out the former Satanist Thomas Schoenberger, who largely is the immortal Saint Mary and his gang of saints. Yeah. John Edwards says, any opinion on hallucinogens, mushrooms, CNT? Yeah, I learned a lot from mushrooms and some from acid and stuff like that. I no longer need it. I have the experiences without the drugs. Oh, I learned how to do it. I learned how to have my mind create DMT on its own. So you have to clean your pineal gland. But yeah, I believe in mushrooms and stuff. All right, we did 93 minutes. I think that's enough. I don't want to go too long. It's very exhausting doing this work. So I got to finish my donut. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to go home. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm getting the right feedback from everybody. Make sure to join my Discord chat, and thanks for the people who are participating. And although I still see things I can respond to, I don't want to drag things out too long, all these different shows. So I think we've covered enough today. And we didn't even have any trolls. So that's great. So I'll see you guys maybe later today for another show. Maybe not, depending on if I'm doing something with Katie. So maybe I'll go to the beach today. Maybe we'll go for a hike. This would be good things. So try to enjoy the weekend. Try to enjoy the weekend, you guys too. I'm probably going to Mormon church tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know how that process goes. The sun is shining. T Desiree, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day, especially here in California. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for the super chats. $15 is really helpful. It's enough to feed me. And I had a gift card too. So I ate for free. Thank you very much. Blessings to this universe for rewarding me for hopefully doing some good work today. Thanks everybody. We'll see you at the next one. For now, that's what it is.